That's a little music back.
Are we live, Red? We should be live.
We live, baby. We live.
What it do,
ain't got
baby?
much time, though. We gotta get up out of here.
Microphone check, microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is the Heavyweight Championship Sports Talk Podcast. Your boys are back in the building. Myself, B-Way. We also have the red-headed assassin, the man that gets to pop in the old head community, the last member of the red-headed Indian tribe, Mr. Red's in the building with us. We got music playing here.
Copyright infringement. That's copyright infringement.
I thought it'd be nice over here. There's no lyrics. I thought it'd be nice over your intro, B.
Nah, man, I couldn't even focus. You messing up my focus.
If you can't focus over that, over a little bit of music, buddy, you gotta go back to school.
How you gonna teach America's youth?
Hey, man, I'm gearing up. I'm ready for it. I've been off since.
We know the youth of this.
Don't tell them, Big. Don't tell them. They won't want to pay you if you know how long you've been off for.
You're right. I'm just gonna keep it quiet, man. What's going on, Ray? How you feeling, man? How you away on vacation? I ain't gonna tell them where you at.
Still playing the music.
The connection I got is terrible. So I'm missing some things you guys are saying, but I'm out of town, man, with the kids. We're about to hit the aquarium. I just figured I'd pop in for a little bit, help you guys out. I don't want you guys to be lost without me.
Yeah, that can definitely happen, man. F. Rudolph, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
What it do, baby? I'm up, ready to roll, man. Took a week off last week.
We did. We had a lot of birthday parties to get to last week. So let's dive right into it. Let's start with no college football in the Big Ten or Pac-12.
And an assortment of other small conferences.
A lot of teams. How about that? A lot of teams are. Nobody cares about the small conferences, which is disrespectful. It's like the ones that wasn't making no money really anyway. Nobody cared about, but the Pac-12 and Big Ten shut it down, and all of a sudden we have issues.
Well, everybody knew they were waiting for one of the majors to do it, but I texted you earlier in that week saying that when that report came out about the heart conditions for young athletes, I was like, that's all they needed.
Well, the Big 12, the Pac-12, they were waiting for somebody. They didn't want to play anyway.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be the first ones to opt out, but they definitely were waiting for somebody else to do it.
Yeah, as soon as Big Ten won, they went, 2 hours later?
Yeah.
And they're 3 hours behind us, so it was probably like 6 in the morning over there. As soon as it hit 8, we out of here.
California crazy, man. But I don't know. Like
California don't care about football.
They need to care about.
You won't see no one in the SEC. You won't see the SEC cancel.
Do you think, and I will do this early in the show too, so the Pac-12 and the Big Ten play in majority of their colleges are located in Democratic-run states. And you have the Southern SEC and Georgia, Florida for the ACC, and down the coast, North Carolina, Virginia, mostly Republican-controlled states, and they're refusing to cancel. And we all know the coronavirus has been basically turned into a political.
This is where you want to go. This where you are taking it.
I usually don't take it there, but it does. Look what conferences canceled, what conferences didn't cancel.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason why the SEC probably will not cancel. I mean, it's a lot of red states down there, and they let her football. They let her old ball.
Man, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, they love their football too.
And Ohio State.
Not like down there. You go into Texas, boy, a different football down there.
Well, it's kind of like there's no leadership. Like same thing here in Pennsylvania. That looks like we're doing with the high school sports. Everybody's scared to make a decision, but make the decision so we can prepare accordingly. So like the Big Ten said they're gonna cancel, but did they think about guys that are graduating or freshmen that are scheduled to come in January or
But they already made rules for that for next year. Well, there's submitting suggestions about them not being eligible to play in the spring league.
Yeah, so the guys coming in January is not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
The seniors, like still affects scholarship. So scholarship are you going to just waive scholarship accounts? Because now you're going to have more people on scholarship than you're normally accounted for. So I don't know what, like they just made this decision and had no real plan for it, which was like, if you're going to make a decision, come with a plan too. They didn't do that.
You wanted to repeal and replace.
I wanted you to lay down a specific amount of rules so we can know what's going on when you guys are canceling. Like
I think it came down to basically one main reason, and the players from the Pac-12 formed that big coalition asking for certain rights and benefits if they were going to play in this pandemic, and then the Big Ten had a couple hundred players forming their coalition saying they wanted the same thing, and it came down to, are you going to, if these kids are truly amateurs and it's amateurism, can you risk their health if they're truly amateurs? If you're going to treat them like professionals, because the NFL is going to play, then you got to start giving them some professional benefits. So the players are saying, all right, we're going to play this season. You're going to force us to play, but if I get coronavirus that have long-term effects, are you going to pay my health care? No, we don't want to pay that. Are you going to guarantee this? Are you going to guarantee that? So it comes down to, all right, sacrifice 1 year to keep this lie going, that these kids are amateurs?
Well, that's the question. Like, what do you, like, Red, was your players upset about this season being canceled, or like was it a big
Repeat
issue?
your question, B.
Was your players mad about you guys canceling the football season?
Yeah, absolutely. We had some guys. Actually, it was weird. We had a meeting the other day, a Zoom call with all the kids, and some had some real concern about us canceling and what that meant for their last year. We had some other kids that they understood it. It is what it is. But doesn't care about sports, but that's not their number one goal. So that I kind of thought going into the season we were going to cancel. I don't think it mattered who canceled. I don't think it mattered if Millersville or F&M didn't cancel. We were canceled regardless, I believe, even though we were the last ones to do so. I just believe that we just don't care as much as other schools do about sports there.
Also saying, go ahead, Brian.
But our kids, as far as the football players go, it sucks because a lot of the minority kids we get there play sports, and that could hurt the school as far as getting that same kind of kid in that we look forward to getting in sometimes. So kind of see where that goes.
They were saying some of the schools, like, because UConn canceled right away, even before the conference canceled, then the Big East canceled. But they were saying that the reason they canceled wasn't because they didn't want to play football, it's because they can't afford the kind of testing you're going to need because they're not one of those schools bringing in that kind of revenue.
Yeah, and we didn't have a plan in place to even do any testing. It was going to be, show up with your mask and your water bottle. We weren't going to be testing kids every day.
Only the major schools can afford that money that it costs for testing that you're going to need if you're going to play these kids.
If you don't want the spread, exactly. So for schools that weren't going to test like we were going to test every day, that could lead to.
Do you both still think that the SEC,
COVID.
ACC, and what is it, the Big 12?
Yeah.
Will play? Because you have situations like in Colorado State where the coach, Steve Adizio, told players that if they reported symptoms, they were going to reduce playing time. You hear about that?
Yeah. They came out and said that wasn't true.
Well, of course they would.
He has to.
Yeah, I got mixed because I know a couple of coaches on that staff, so it's because all them guys came from Temple for the most part. But I could see that happening. Like I could definitely see coaches because like right now, like if you're sick, we're telling you to stay home and not do. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like there's a lot that goes into these things, man, and it's just tough. Would you?
Lincoln Riley gave his players off August 8th. They came back last night and they got 9 positive tests.
These kids are kids, man. They're going out. They're having fun. They're going to bars. They're going to parties. They're not gonna relax. Like they're not gonna quarantine. It's just not.
No, they're not. They're not even going to do anything close to quarantining. I told you multiple times, if I was 19, 20, 21, I'd be risking it all. I wouldn't think twice about it, man. I'd be at parties, turning up. I wouldn't have cared.
See, being selfish. That's being selfish, man.
19-year-olds are selfish people.
I tell our high school kids now, like, if you guys want to play football, I suggest you put your mask on when you're here at all times. I suggest you try to stay home as much as possible, because if you guys come here and this thing gets reported, we're shutting down, and probably the LL League is shutting down. Like, you got to understand that it's a little bit bigger than you right now. Like, no matter how much you want to go see that little girl or hang out with your little friends, you're risking a lot.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
But guys risk a lot every day for the power of them. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
this guy just lost his career in Seattle.
You know what? I don't know if he lost his career. I think he gets another crack at it. But to lose the money he lost this year.
First of all, you're going in a situation where you're an undrafted rookie, and the cornerback, Kemah
Can't control these guys.
Siverand, he's trying to sneak a girl in wearing Seahawks attire. I'm telling you, kids out here, well, not these kids. Well, he's a kid to me, but he's a grown man, 20-year-old.
You trying to dress her up like a player.
Trying to dress her up like a player.
Like no one's gonna notice it's a female walking in a Seattle jersey.
And this is like only 2 weeks off. Man, them balls is heavy, man.
But he's a kid who's been in college for 4 to 5 years. He's a non-drafted guy. Like, he's been in training camp before. Like, even in college, it's hard to get women in there. You got to be able to, like, sacrifice. Like I said, it's bigger than you.
I know, but mess up every day, B.
This guy worked his whole life to get to the NFL. Gets to the NFL and can't last 2 weeks without bringing a girl in there. Like, come on, man. This thing is, people are hilarious, man. People do the power of, yeah.
So I'll ask both of y'all, because the SEC and the ACC, which I feel rightfully so, said that it doesn't matter, nobody's playing, it's still going to be a real championship. Which they could say, because the last few years it's either been Clemson or Alabama, and the Big Ten hasn't won one playoff game in a decade?
The Big Ten?
Yeah.
Ohio State just won a couple
in
years
the
ago.
playoffs. You got to win one of the 4.
They made the national championship.
When?
Ohio State?
Yeah.
Recent.
It's not recent.
It's more recent than a decade.
Yeah, but it hasn't been like the last 4 or 5 years it hasn't been.
I'm just saying it's more recent than a decade.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with you.
Nah, it was like 4. I think it was 4 years ago.
Was it 4 or 5? Because it's been Alabama, Clemson, LSU, and they've been getting smoked. And so has the Pac-12. They've been getting smoked in the playoff games.
Well, the Pac-12 wasn't it. They wasn't. Pac-12 not in the conversation.
But so they were saying, it's still going to be a champion. The NBA still crowns your champion with the shortened season. But then the next day, Mark Emmert came out and said there will be no championships, which is the only thing they do have control over, saying that less than 50% of the collegiate teams are playing, so there won't be any championships or playoffs.
He's right. Like, that should be you can't claim a championship when less than 50% of the people are playing. People are going to have the same argument this NBA. Like, they're going to be like, oh, this little bubble thing don't matter, or like they're going to be complaining about that. So if half the teams ain't playing, man, they're definitely like this championship's not going to be. I don't care how many times Alabama or Clemson win it. Yeah, like it's a joke. They might as well just push the whole season back to the spring.
I forget the coach's name. He's from the Big Ten. Came out with a whole plan. He just stayed up all night, he said, because he was so mad about being canceled. And he has a pretty good plan, man, from every detail you could think about. We have to go over it on another show, but he has when you would start in the spring, who could play. It's going to be like an NFL approach where they're not going to have padded practices like the NFL does to preserve players' bodies. It was a good plan, man. They would finish in March, April.
It makes sense.
And then you would have another season again in the fall.
As Mark Emmert should do, we need like a unified, like a uniform decision where it should be everybody.
But he don't have the power, he said.
Only have the power.
He had that whole interview when he talked about the canceling the playoffs and stuff, saying, I have no power to tell a school if they can play football or not.
I think Ohio State's last championship was 2014.
6 years ago.
Yeah. And the Big Ten hasn't won one since.
Well.
Won a game in the Final Four.
That's because the great Big Ten conference is beating up on each other all 10 weeks. While Alabama's down there playing Kentucky. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see a uniform decision, some leadership being shown, and everybody just seems to be scared to make a decision.
So
I really feel like we should have won NBA first. But go ahead, Samar.
So say you have a player like Justin Fields, a quarterback that's never been on the field really. And they're saying right now they have him projected as a top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year. As an NFL team, can you take a guy like that you've never seen throw the ball off of potential?
No, he started last year.
He played at the end of the season, right?
Nah, he played the whole season.
Yeah, he started the full season.
He lost to Clemson. He lost to Clemson in the first round playoffs.
But they have him as a top 5 pick right now.
And they should have beat Clemson. The guy ran the wrong route with the miscommunication. But
don't do that.
I'm just saying, you got a Southern football bias.
Who?
I think
from Georgia.
Go ahead, Red.
I think the Cavs did it with Kyrie Irving.
Basketball is way different.
Is it different for basketball?
Way different.
Is it?
Yes.
What?
Because
going right from high school.
You actually see it a lot in basketball.
Yeah.
I think you could use, and it's going to depend on your need. If you could forego getting the quarterback next year, if I could do like a playmaker in my head with like maybe a safety or a corner or even a DN that I think I would take number 1, I'd do that over a quarterback. That's a big pick.
Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech, Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, and Parsons, they left early saying they're just going to work on the draft, getting ready for the NFL.
Well, Makai could have won top 10 this year.
Yes.
Parsons would have won
Trevor
top 10 in
Lawrence.
the draft if he entered. Well, if he could have.
They have him at 9 right now. On the list they put out on Friday, they have him at 9.
Yeah, that dude's phenomenal. So, yeah, I think, like I said, the defensive player is a lot easier to pick than picking a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. The quarterback will be tough for the whole year.
The quarterback position
18 months without throwing a football?
Yeah. So that's tougher to try to figure out.
They said that Justin Fields put out that petition and already got 30,000 signatures.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he put it up like an hour ago, maybe, or something.
It's probably fans, though.
Well, I say Ohio State seats 110,000. Like it's going to be easy to get a couple thousand signatures. But I don't know if it's going to make any weight. Them presidents, it's more of the Big Ten presidents that were against playing. Everybody don't want the liability.
Exactly, and you don't want to pay for these players' medical bills 10 years from now. Keep the lie alive. That's what they're doing right now. They don't want to pay these players, so they got to keep the lie alive. Sacrifice for a year for the greater good.
All right, so final thing on this thing. Do you think they should play or not?
That's the $1 million question.
I think they play for my enjoyment.
If you were the
Put their life
president,
on the line, man. I'm trying to watch y'all on Saturday. I ain't got nothing else to do on Saturday too. 'Cause I used to coach Saturday, so I used to miss all the.
Please believe
12
you can write it
to
down.
5 games.
Write it down right now. If they cancel college football, the NFL will be moving games to Saturday, and that's guaranteed.
there's like a law or something that said, well, there's a law that says if there is college football being played, the NFL can't play on Saturdays.
But if there's not, the NFL been trying to get that 8 o'clock slot on Saturday for decades.
That's a good time slot.
That's
So
what
if
they
you
want.
guys are presidents, which one is your vote for? Red said you're voting for them to play.
Oh, I'm voting for them to play. Yeah.
Mark,
Me? You said me or I'm the president?
if you're the president, if you're
I
one of the
probably have
presidents of the Big Ten.
The president, yeah, you probably have to cancel because, like you said, the liability. You don't want to pay the athletes. You don't want to pay the medical. You don't want to give them medical. And if I'm a president for a small school, I just can't afford the testing. If I'm at Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, if I'm a coach, player, fan, play. President, I don't want the liability.
Whew. I'm going with play. And they got to sign a waiver.
That's what they tried to do. You can't make them sign the waiver.
Then they can't play.
They weren't going to sign the waiver.
And that's just that simple. You want to play, you sign the waiver, we're good to go. If not, then you can't play. Hey, you won't your eligibility won't be punished, but it is what it is.
So little B's at Michigan, and they're like, hey, we're going to play this season, but you got to sign this waiver. Said you can't get no benefits. You can't sue down the line. You can't get nothing for your health care. Are you letting them sign it?
It's a little different. Is little B top 10 draft pick?
No, he's going to get his education. Only 10 players out of thousands are top 10 draft picks, B.
That's what I'm saying. So if he's not a top 10, like
the top 10 players are leaving. They're already gone.
The safety
Parsons is gone.
The safety question the safety answer to your question would be yes. We're not signing it. But on the other side of that, you don't get these opportunities to play football in front of 110,000 people on a national scale.
You don't.
Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
If you're keeping your scholarship, you're still getting your education. That's what's important.
It is. That's important. But I don't know. I'm going with like opportunities, man. You're a guy that is about experiences.
I live for the moment. I always say the most important thing in life is accumulating of good stories. Accumulation of good stories.
Exactly. So,
but you're asking me. You're not asking me as a player. I'm not playing. I want to play. I told you I'd be out there risking it all right now if I was their age. But you told me I'm the president. If I'm the president, it's different. If I'm a father
I'm about to say,
of a kid,
Jordan, what are you doing? What are you doing with Jordan, your son?
I'm not signing a waiver, signing away all his rights.
We had to sign a waiver in Melville. We had to sign a waiver. Huh?
Well, my wife signed him up, so I didn't know about no waiver.
Yeah, had to sign a waiver.
Well, we're signing waivers risking nothing.
And that's Little League, yeah. You know what I mean? So,
there's nothing.
Yeah, but you also know that at his age, he's a lot less risky than 20-year-olds.
I told my son he wasn't playing all the way up until it was time to go to practice on Monday.
and then you just
like, I gave into it. I just gave into it.
Yeah, be tough.
Youth sports are going like that's the funny part about all these schools and stuff, because like youth sports are still happening, AAU basketball is still happening, like all this stuff is still going on right now, and the stuff that we want to see most is like nah, we're not doing it.
I think if they make me try to rep this year with a mask and an electric whistle, I think I'm sitting it out.
Well, I went to a summer league basketball tournament yesterday, and there might have been don't know, 250 people there. Me and my son were only ones in masks. Refs were reffing regular.
Well, I'd ref regular probably. I would.
But there was no precautions being taken. Like it's a free for all out there, man. Everybody's doing what they want to do. People's tired of living these lives with precautions and everything else, man. People's trying to get to it. But I don't know. Moving forward, man.
NBA bubble.
NBA bubble. What do you think? Well, let's get to the first part real quick. How everybody's questioning my Lakers may be in trouble right now going against these.
First of all, before you go in there, I want to give B-Way credit because he's a diehard Laker fan if you watch the show. And I'm texting him in the Nets game. Nets are playing well against Blazers, about to knock him out. And I'm like, who are you rooting for? And he's like, Blazers. Dame's must-see TV. If I was a Bulls fan, I'd have had a damn Nets jersey on if they were they had to play the Blazers in the first round. So I give you credit for rooting for the better matchup because you want to see Dame. Because I would want to play them in the first round.
Man,
I was hoping they get Portland.
I was about to say,
I respect it.
Have you seen Dame play recently?
Dame is must-see television.
Like, why do I want to see Dame go home?
Because you're a Laker fan and you want to go to the championship.
If the Lakers were to lose to Portland and I could see Dame keep playing, I'd be like, all right, at least I get to keep watching Dame play. Like I'm loving watching Dame and Melo right now. These guys, and PJ's good too, but you know, what I mean, I'm cheering for Dame and Melo. Well, I'm cheering for the Lakers. Don't get that twisted. But if we had to go down, I'll be all right.
I like Nurkic. His grandma died yesterday. I felt bad for him too.
Nurkic, man, he had a rough season. Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well,
he said he found out his grandma died on the way to the game. They were on the bus already.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
Still playing. Had 20 rebounds, 20-something points.
That's terrible by the family, man. You gotta tell them after the game. You know it's game day.
Playoff game.
You gotta tell them. You do gotta tell them after. You gotta tell them after.
That's terrible, man. But yeah, man, Dame. If the Lakers got to go out, I'm all right with it being a Dame.
I had to relocate to another part of the room because the internet's really shoddy out.
So you want to
Really
see Dame too, Brandon?
Really shoddy. Yeah, man, Dame's playing some of the best ball in the NBA you ever seen right now. Like, this guy's phenomenal. So I personally wanted to see him in the playoffs. Do I want the Lakers to face him? Maybe would that be my first choice? Absolutely not. But I wanted to see him in the playoffs just because I enjoy watching him. I think LeBron ain't lost a first-round series ever. I mean, 13-0. So I think it's going to be his toughest challenge ever. I think they still win the series. It's close, 4-2. I don't think it goes all 7. I think 6.
I think Lakers probably still win just because they have no answer for Anthony Davis whatsoever. They have no answer. I don't know who they could put on him.
Nurkic.
If they play what?
Yeah, well, they're not going to have an
Nurkic
answer
does not
for
play
Dame.
defense. He does not play defense. They got Hassan Whiteside off the bench who can block some shots, but he don't really play defense either.
Portland don't play.
Yeah, you look at the Blazers. You look at the Blazers defense, though, they're like bottom tier in the league.
Yeah, I mean their defense is terrible.
That's why they have to. They're winning games 134 to 132. Like that's how
I was
they're
telling
winning games.
B-Way, it's a little bit of like I don't think they have an answer for AD, and if they go through AD, they're going to be hard to beat. But the Lakers were one of the lowest scoring teams in the bubble, even though they weren't playing. I wouldn't say they had to play their best basketball. But they're scoring. They were the only team averaging under 100, and then Portland's been scoring 138. So could that offense overcome the lack of scoring from the Lakers? It's going to depend on their third scorer because somebody is going to have to step up and be able to get 20 consistently. It's probably going to have to be Kuz.
The Lakers also had the 4th-ranked defense in the NBA.
That's what helps them out. But if you're shooting from the logo, does it really matter? They're big on the inside.
Yeah, he ain't shooting from the logo 20 times though. He might pull up
I'm
one.
saying, but they're a 3-point shooting team, and the Lakers are strong on the inside because they're bigger than anybody else in the NBA.
Let me get some comments here real quick. We got I guess that's Tamika. She said we didn't sign anything yet. Talking about football. Venasia, appreciate you listening. She said that talking about the basketball tournament. She said that's terrible about everybody being out there with no mask or nothing. She said glad y'all were masked up. Todd Sukanik, appreciate you listening. He said Portland in 6.
Portland in 6.
And he said Melo stepping up too. Portland's very
Who said
dangerous
this?
right now.
Melo ain't playing too well though. He made big shots, but he ain't playing well.
That's a big statement though. Portland in 6.
Melo averaging 14 points in the bubble though.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was 6 for 18, but he made the big threes in both games. So I don't.
But he's also shooting 45% from 3-point line in the bubble. In the bubble.
Yeah, but his percentage hasn't been shooting well. But if he can be a consistent third scorer with Nurkic, maybe even the fourth scorer, but he's making big shots. He's making threes now. That does matter.
Skinny Melo's balling, man. He's a catch and shoot guy now. His game changed. He don't need 26 dribbles to get to the bucket. Like
he accepted the role.
Skinny Melo's balling right now.
He accepted the role for 8 games. We'll see what happens in the bubble.
You mean the playoffs?
Well, the most important thing Melo did was take the 2 steps back and turn himself into a 3-point shooter.
Well, with the
what you say, Brandon?
What did you say, Samar?
So the most important thing Melo did for evolving into the player he is for this team is taking 2 steps back and hitting the 3 now. Remember when he was with the Rockets, they were like, he won't shoot the 3. He keeps shooting the long 2.
Yeah.
Now he's stepping 2 steps back and he's shooting the 3. But for the Lakers and the Clippers to be that good all year and to get in the 1 and 2 seed and get the 2 toughest matchups kind of sucks. Because now the Clippers got to play the Dallas Mavericks. And that boy Luka, man.
Luka's another bad boy.
That boy Luka is special. He's put up numbers that we've never seen from anybody in the history of the NBA. And he's only 20. Triple-doubles with 20 rebounds.
He's another one that's fun to watch. Like, it's just we never saw nothing like it. And I mean, we saw LeBron. We saw,
He's doing better than LeBron did at 20. LeBron wasn't doing this at 20.
We see LeBron, though, because where LeBron's at. Luka don't strike me as an athlete. When I watch him, I don't see like an overly athletic person.
He gets to where he wants to go, though.
That's why LeBron was kind of winning. LeBron was kind of winning off of his athleticism. Doncic's a little different. Like he don't have to be athletic. Then he's kind of slow. He's not real quick.
But he
does
though.
Things that are so subtle.
He gets that crossover. He gets to the basket strong. He finishes. He had 34, man. 20, and 17 other night.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous, man. You don't get 20 rebounds as a guard and not be strong.
He's just a crafty basketball player, man. He's just a guy who just got it. Like he came up doing, like he said, he's been playing pro since he was like 14.
That's what I said. He's been playing with grown men since he was a kid, and he's got championship experience in the Euro League. This dude came down in a tie game in overtime, down 1, and came through the legs for the dunk. You don't see stuff like that, man.
It was easy to him. Easy. I mean, let's go through some of these things. You got Jazz Nuggets. What you got there?
Michael Porter Jr., man, one of the bubble, all bubble team guys.
Going with the Nuggets. I'm going with Donovan because he's the only one I know for a fact that was getting some skins in the bubble.
I ain't buying that. I don't believe it.
He went live, man. He accidentally went live. That wasn't the TV. If it was the TV, he was watching one of the bad channels. He's watching one of the soft.
I believe that. I think he's in there getting him his own skins.
I don't know, man. That girl sounded like she was really close to the phone moaning.
She did. She did. I'm a witness.
And then it looked like the next day, he looked like he was playing real loose.
That was terrible, man.
If these guys don't get some in the bubble soon, man, there's going to be some fights in the playoff.
Taekwon, right? I was going to say this, and I'm glad Taekwon said it. 6'8", 220, not a guard. And he's right. He's not a guard. He's like a power forward. Doncic.
Yeah, he plays guard, though. LeBron's 6'8", 240. He's playing point guard.
LeBron plays point. As I say, they're not guards, though.
It's a different league, man.
It is.
These guys are guards now.
You got Jokic bringing the ball up at 7 foot tall.
Yeah, it's a different league.
He's not a guard.
You are. I ain't gonna say you are who you guard, but they're not guarding guards. But they're playing point guard. Magic was a 6'9" guard.
Everybody says that. There's no disputes of Magic being a point
So
guard.
the more you going Nuggets, I do want to take Nuggets. I like Porter a lot.
I think Nuggets get him out there early too.
Oh,
Ain't
I'm
gonna be a
going
long
Nuggets.
series.
I'm going Nuggets.
I'm going
Donovan
Jazz.
Mitchell's an amazing player, but I'm going Nuggets.
Yeah, but when you have Nurkic and you got
Not
Michael
Jokic.
Porter,
Not
Jokic,
Nurkic,
I mean.
Jokic.
Jokic, and Michael Porter's playing like he's gonna be that guy.
Man, I'm going Donovan. Donovan's a dog.
I've been really disappointed in Michael before this season. Well, before the bubble, actually.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
before the bubble.
he was hurt. He never
Before the
played.
bubble. Yeah, the back injuries have been keeping him. But he looked good.
He was the number 1 recruit in the country.
He was.
Yes.
Yeah, and
He went to with
He
his
would have
dad
been
out
number
there in
1
Missouri.
pick though. If he played more at Missouri.
He didn't play at all Missouri.
He played. He came back for 1 or 2 games and he left out again.
Then his brother went out there with him, with the dad.
Yeah.
Well, so we got 2 Nuggets and the Jazz. I'm taking the Jazz. You guys are both wrong there.
Brandon didn't go Nuggets. He went Jazz.
Yeah, I did go Nuggets. Don't put that on me, boy. Ricky Bobby.
He switched it.
I switched it one. I said I like Michael. I said I'm going Nuggets.
Oh, come on. We can't change up the last second.
It sounds good to go with Donovan because of what happened on his live, but that was just a heart pick. I really want to go Nuggets.
For the record, I got Nuggets getting him out of there early. Maybe a gentleman's sweep.
No.
Go ahead,
no,
B.
no.
Next one.
Nets Raptors.
Raptors, sweet.
Ooh. I like the way the Nets are playing.
disrespect.
I like the way the Nets are playing right now.
They're
I
playing
like
hard, man.
Levert looks good out there.
Jock Vaughn got to get a job. I'm starting a website. Give that man a job.
He may be the next. He may be the next New Orleans Pelicans coach, but we'll get there later.
We're gonna get to that. We definitely gonna
Get to that.
We'll get to that one.
I'm going. You got to go to the defending champs. I don't care if they ain't got Kawhi. Toronto.
Toronto's balling, man.
They can't go out in the first round.
I'm going Raptors 4-2 too. So we all got the Raptors there. I'm not saying it early though. I'm saying good 4-2.
They'll get one off a heart, but they're out of there.
Good one here. Sixers Celtics.
Sweet Celtics.
You go sweep.
Them Sixers are done, man.
4-1 Celtics.
They were out of there when they lost home court advantage. They might get swept up out of there, man. They're bad.
Ben Simmons is out for the season. Joel can't get it done by himself. Ben Simmons ain't good anyway. He might as well be out there by himself. Even if they had Ben Simmons, they still probably lose the series 4-2.
Yeah, I agree. They would have lost even with Ben. Because they don't have the home court. They need the home court. They're terrible on the road.
They're so dysfunctional, man. Like, it's so bad. Like, they're fighting on the sideline.
What happened to Tobias Harris, man? Get all that money. He ain't do nothing.
He's a bum. And then Joel talking about slapping his teammates. There's no camaraderie in that locker room, man.
The Sixers job is gonna be open too.
Some good candidates out there.
Yeah.
They're not friends.
Brandon's all messed up right now. You like Bernie Mac and yeah.
Oh man. Yeah,
Next
man.
matchup. Next matchup.
Yo, I'm on the beach. I'm on the beach, man. There's no internet here. It's terrible.
Oh man, we're all going Celtics there. And I would want to see the Sixers win, but I can't pick them. Mavericks Clippers.
4-2 Clip Show.
Ooh, 4-2.
You ain't sweeping them Mavs, boy. I'm telling you. The Mavs are tough.
Go ahead, Red.
I think I'm going Clippers, obviously, but 4-1.
I'm going 4-3 Clippers.
Ooh, going 7.
Making a 7.
Yeah, the Clippers. The Mavs are tough, man.
Well, we got to see what Harold we get. Harold's in the bubble. He's going to play game 1.
And the Clippers didn't look
Harold
overly
said he's
impressive.
motivated.
He ain't played a game in a while, though.
The Clippers haven't looked that good in the bubble.
They didn't look bad. When they played together, they looked good at times. They beat the Mavericks full strength.
Paul George is good. Paul George looked good.
Portland and the Suns were the best teams in the bubble. Yes or no?
Well, the Suns
Yeah.
The Suns were undefeated.
I
That don't
agree.
mean nothing. They could have an easy schedule.
Oh, yeah, I mean, no. It's still. There's no easy schedule when you're the Suns. Like, you're not that good. They want.
Also, the Suns
they
and
are
Portland had the best bubble run, but every team that had their spots already solidified, they sat guys for certain games, so that helped them out.
I wanted to see the Suns get in. Not gonna lie.
I wanted to see the Suns play the Blazers for that
I
end
wanted
game.
to see Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker's a bad boy.
I like watching Dame, so it is what it is.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I'm taking Dame too.
Booker hitting
Right
that
now.
game winner over Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, two of the best defenders in the league. Whack. That was special. No hesitation either.
That WAP was very close to WAP, and we want to stay away from that on this area.
I told you how I feel about WAP. I was highly disappointed with
I
WAP.
was driving the other day, and it came on the radio, but it came on the edited. It came on channel 46 series. That's edited. I'm like, how the heck could this possibly be?
They call it wet and gushy. Yo,
I had to turn it still. The kids in the car. It's like, this is not okay. It should never be on the. There's no reason it should ever be played on the radio.
I saw that thing trending, and I looked it up on YouTube. Like, what are they talking about? WAP. Thing had 15 million views in 10 hours. I was like, so I'm in there, on my royal throne doing my business. I'm gonna watch this video. As a father of a daughter, I was highly upset.
But the video like a little soft porn video.
That's why I was saying my daughter gonna probably see that on YouTube. I'm gonna be mad.
It's terrible.
There should be like some parental guidance before that.
I don't have any daughters, but man,
that should have been on BET Uncut back in the day.
Yeah, that's kind of like Tip Drill. Put that in the same box as Tip Drill. A couple of them little Kim songs.
Pete pop it on a handstand.
Oh man, yeah. They all should be. They all need to be in that box. Moving forward. Any comments, Red?
How am I going to see it on my internet? You got to be in charge of that.
Rockets, Thunder.
Rockets, Thunder. Rockets.
Westbrook's not playing early.
So I guess we were talking about the WAP thing. Venetia says, stay away from that topic. Too late. We're already on it. And then she said, understand the double standard between men and women rappers.
Oh, boy. You want to go there?
No. That'd be a whole show. Because the women that do spit and rap, respectfully, nobody gets they don't buy them like Rhapsody. But I digest. I digress.
I don't buy. You know what? The last female rapper album I bought, I know exactly what it was. It was Lil' Kim's album before she went to jail for the whole Lil' C thing. I don't know how long ago. That might have been 10 years ago. Female album I purchased, and it was damn near classic.
Lil' Kim has some good albums.
But
I like Rhapsody.
It's very hard to listen. It's hard to listen to female rappers. I'm sorry.
Whoa, I do not stand.
My God,
that's his own comments.
Yes.
Or of his own.
I'm not against women though. I say this like it's just hard. Like I can't.
I like Rhapsody a lot. I like Rhapsody.
I listen to people that I feel like I got. Like,
I'm happy you went out there.
A woman making a Sprite can disappear in the mouth. Like,
get next topic.
Oh man, next round, man. Next round.
We didn't pick a winner for the Thunder.
I'm taking the Rockets.
Yo, yeah, B, come on, keep us on topic, man. B-Way, keep us on topic. We're on playoff picks right now.
The Rockets, man. I'm going Rockets.
I gotta go too, man. Let's go. I got plans with the kids. We gotta go.
That's gonna be a tough series, man.
I'm the only one that made his pick quick right now. It's the Rockets.
I'll go Houston.
Rockets who? Rockets who? Rockets who?
Thunder. Westbrook out. Westbrook out too.
It's a good series.
Tough one.
Man, Chris Paul sends him home.
Whoa.
Thunder.
You know what? And you know what, Brandon? I'm going with you. I'm going with him, B.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
When the Westbrook plays game 2, I changed my mind.
No. You already pumped out your chest. You started yelling. No, you're locked in Thunder. Both
I have the right to change my pick, and Westbrook plays by game 2.
Westbrook's not going to be out the whole series. This is playoff basketball.
They're going every other day.
So what? It's a playoff basketball. Oh, you guys are crazy. With or without Westbrook, Harden send them boys home. It's
You're out
personal.
your mind. If Harden ain't got Westbrook, it's night time. Thunder. 4-3 Thunder.
Hey.
It's personal with them guys, man. You already know what it is.
All right, go to the next one. Pacers Heat. That's going to be a good one.
Ooh. That is going to be a good one.
Miami Heat sends them home 4-1. It ain't a series. Close games. Close games.
Gentlemen,
Miami 4-1.
I'm gonna go Miami. It ain't gonna be 4-1 though.
I got Miami 4-2.
I think Miami might be the best team in the East.
I think the Raptors are Bucks are the best team, I think.
Well, I always send the Bucks out of that because they can lose anybody. But they're good.
Man, East is bad basketball. It was bad when LeBron was in it, then LeBron leaves.
No, that shows you how good LeBron was.
What?
The East is better. The East is better than it was when LeBron was there. Everybody tells you that.
It's more competitive because LeBron was running away with it every year. That's what I mean. You guys say, oh, it's better now LeBron left. No, it's not better.
I said it's
LeBron
worse.
made it so somebody else in the East could go to the finals.
I would say LeBron was the top. He was the leader in the East. That's undebatable. But there's better teams now in the East. More teams are good.
LeBron's still on the Cavaliers. We're still saying they're the favorite to go.
Well, it depends who he's taking with him.
Even with the Bucks being the Bucks.
I don't know. Bucks are pretty impressive.
The East is worse without LeBron. What are you guys talking about?
Nobody thinks that. I've never heard that from nobody.
I didn't say they were better. B-Way. I'm saying it's more competitive now.
There's more. The teams are better than they were. What depends? Are you talking about LeBron, his last run or his first one with the class? His first one, that's the worst East you ever saw.
The last run. I'm talking about
the Pistons in the East then.
No, after the Pistons run.
You said after his first run with the Cavs.
His first one when he was playing like the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals and they beat him. And then
they had Dwight Howard.
Their team wasn't great.
They had Dwight Howard, the future Hall of Famer, ain't he? No?
That team is not better than this Bucks team now.
That Orlando team would beat the Bucks.
No, they would not. No, they would not. That Orlando team that was beating LeBron was not that great, man.
All I'm saying is you're talking about the Bucks and the Celtics right now. And that's it.
Toronto.
And Miami.
Toronto's good.
Toronto is no threat. The Bucks
Toronto's good, man.
The Bucks are the only team.
Hey, man, talking about.
The Bucks are the only team that has a shot at winning anything in the finals.
I would agree, but that don't mean Toronto ain't good.
Yes, it does.
There's only a handful of teams that can win the finals. Be 3 or 4 every year, sometimes 2.
There's 4 teams in the West that can beat the Bucks in the finals.
There was only 2 teams the last 5 years that could have won the finals, and really it was only Golden State in Cleveland.
There's 4 teams right now in the West that can beat the Bucks in the finals.
No, I think the Clippers, maybe the Lakers. Then who else? Nobody.
The Lakers.
Rockets.
The Blazers could beat the Bucks.
No, they could not.
He said our 8 seed can beat the Bucks.
The Blazers are not your typical 8 seed. They're not the 8 seed any other time.
The Blazers could not beat the Bucks in 7 games. I think the Mavericks Mavericks are tough, but they probably wouldn't beat them either. And the Bucks beat all of them.
Not in the 7-game series, but
but saying the evidence we already have says the Bucks already beat all those teams.
The Mavs was going to be my 4th team that I was going to say.
The Bucks have beat them all already.
Yeah, in a game. I'm not saying that the West will sweep them. I'm saying the West would win in a 7-game series.
I disagree.
The top 4 West teams will beat the Bucks.
You don't win the amount of games the Bucks won, and you just say they're not good. Like they're winning 60 games, man.
And the top, maybe all 8, will beat the Celtics or the Raptors in the West.
With Kemah Walker healthy, the Celtics are tough. They were tough all year.
Yeah, they can lose 4-2, maybe even 4-3.
But they wouldn't win the finals. No, they couldn't beat the Clippers. No.
That's what I'm saying. The top 8 teams in the West can beat the second down in the East.
No.
in a 7-game series.
The NBA is always 2 teams, only 2 or 3 teams that can win it. That's just how it always is.
And one of those teams are in the East, is all I'm saying. That's how the West is bad.
There was only one team in the East even had a chance to win the finals when LeBron was there. And he got swept through in a gentleman's sweep. He got swept twice and then got 4-1.
What's LeBron you're talking about, though? Like, when you had LeBron in there,
I'm saying the East wasn't much better. There was nobody in the East could beat the West team either.
But that's why I'm saying the East is worse now. Like, it's worse
I'm saying
without
it's
LeBron.
better because the Bucks couldn't win. Even LeBron couldn't have won some of those series. Well, he didn't. He got swept. So nobody in the
I
East
don't know
could
how
win.
he went from picking Pacers.
Oh, yeah. All right, you're right. You're right.
I was gonna let y'all go because I think it's a good argument, but I think you're going really far now.
Yeah, let's go to the next matchup.
All right, who's next?
You won Pacers Heat. Who's next?
We already did Boston. Bucks in Orlando. That's a sweep.
Yeah, that's Bucks easy.
Toronto Nets.
Orlando gets 1. 4-1. Orlando Bucks.
No, Bucks are sweeping them. I'm going with, and then the last one's the Lakers.
Trailblazers.
Yeah.
So Mar wants to go Trailblazers so bad.
I do. I'm about to go
Like
with
I can see
Barkley
it in
Anthony.
his eyes.
Barkley and Greg Anthony went with the Blazers.
Barkley, that's a typical pick by Barkley. I would expect him to go with the Blazers.
Greg Anthony went Blazers in 6. I don't think they have an answer for AD. I just don't. If the Lakers play through Anthony Davis,
And
they will be
6.
hard to beat. And I think
The
Anthony
pick is
Davis
legitimate by them though.
Anthony Davis will shut down
Lakers
Nurkic,
played.
I think. I mean, Jerkic.
However, another Jerkic name. Jerkic, Nurkic, Jovic, whoever.
Who wins?
LA.
What you got? What's how many games?
4-2 LA.
I'm going 4-2 also, LA.
Yeah,
Go
I'm leaning 4-2.
LA?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's hard.
We'll go 7 with. I'll take a 7. I'll go 4-3.
Now.
But I'll be rooting for Dame time. Just so y'all know, I will be rooting.
What?
But I don't think they have an answer for Anthony Davis. But I will say this. If we do not get a better LeBron than we had in the bubble, 18-point LeBron will not beat the Blazers. That's not happening. He's going to have to be scoring 25 to 30. He will have to.
Well, I think
18-7-7 is not going to get it done.
LeBron will have a better showing now that we're allowed to have some family members in the bubble.
He has to. He's got to play better. He's got to play better.
So what do you guys think about the bubble opening up, letting females in?
I don't like it.
When these teams get up out of here, they're going to have to bring some – they will have some room to bring some biddies in.
I said family members, man. You said biddies.
They don't need no women in the bubble.
They need
There's
somebody.
something going to happen.
They're going to be
As soon
violent.
as you bring the families in, something's going to happen.
I don't know if you could, like, would you want – are they staying in the same room? Like, I don't want – would you want –
They got to quarantine first in another hotel before they join their family. Before they join their whoever.
But these guys don't sleep in the same room as their babies or whoever else. Your kids.
I wouldn't want that part.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot going on there. Once like you get to the finals and the full-fledged family can come in, you gotta give them more than one room. They probably will. It's the NBA. But
So per memo for the NBA,
read it.
you can have what any individual player can have one guest, but cannot be a player that she has not previously met in person. It means no Instagram models, no IG hosts, and has limited or not anybody had limited in-person contact with, no social media, and not that they met through social media or intermediary. And you can have one ticket per game for the playoffs, and a child that is under 32 inches, whatever that means.
So who is
What are they riding? What are they riding?
so, who's policing this?
How can you even police it? If I tell you I know this woman, you got to take me at my word.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I want to call little,
That's not true.
I want to call.
They gonna be like, how you meet her? How they gonna know? Like, look, man, look, Silva, you know what I'm talking about, bro. My balls heavy.
Most of these basketball girlfriends, if you've seen any of them, they all look like Instagram models.
I'm not saying what they look like. I'm just saying the NBA basically say you can't have no IG models coming through. No people you met through social media are going to be allowed to permit it inside the bubble.
You think these guys ain't calling sexy Nana 825 off of IG to come quarantine and stay in the bubble with them for the next month or two?
That's the thing. Who do you want to stay with that long? Because a lot of people, 21-year-old NBA players, don't want to be holed up with nobody for 30, 40 days.
You got to make sacrifices.
It's good for guys like LeBron that has a family, settled family, or guys that are older in the league that have families, that have kids. But for these young players,
we ain't talking about them.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem is going to be this is one of the biggest decisions they're going to make in the bubble is who they're going to bring to the bubble, these single guys.
Well, that's a big thing. I think
you only get one in. If they leave, you got to throw them out. You're not getting nobody else in.
I think Kyle Kuzma's been playing well because he can just focus on basketball right now. He don't got no distractions from the outside.
They call that the J.R. Smith rule.
Yeah. Well,
when he started playing well in Cleveland, he was bad in New York. He said, I couldn't do nothing but work on my game. There ain't no clubs in Cleveland. There ain't nothing to do.
Now Kuzma gonna bring some little hottie in there, some little thottie.
Damn.
And
Chill. Kuzma got a girlfriend.
All right. Well, I was just using Kuzma as an example.
Kuzma's girlfriend, that model with the skin issue.
What?
Kuzma's girlfriend. I forget her name. She's a black chick.
My girlfriends. This is way off topic. This is way off topic, but I have to get it off my chest because it's been bothering me. So B-Way picked Kelsey over Kittle. The last time we talked about tight ends, and because he said that Kelsey was kissing his girlfriend in public and she was black. Well, breaking news, B. Kelsey broke up with her a couple weeks ago. They were saying online that he was cheated on her, and that's why they broke up. And Kelsey put a statement out saying that wasn't true. He did not cheat, but they are separated. Do you still have Kelsey ahead of Kittle?
It's funny because I'm a big fan of the Joe Budden podcast, and I guess they're friends with one of them is friends with Kelsey's girlfriend that got cheated on. So they were talking about this, and the guy was like, "Nah, like this guy shut it down. Like we're not talking about this. Like that's my girl. You know what I mean? We're cool. I'm not gonna try." And Joe was like, "Well, you can still talk about it." Like, and Roy was like, "Nah, like this is my girl." Anyway, long story short, she's really going through something. Like I guess she's really hurt by this. But I'm holding on to a chance that they might get back together, just from the weight of what I'm hearing in the internet world. So I'm sticking with Kelsey. Okay,
but this is a hypothetical because Kelsey got the bag this week. He got the extension.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna break it. That has to hurt her.
So say he gets his bag now, and then he comes out with a Becky. Are you gonna put him below Gronk at 4?
Man, when he got on, he left her ass for a white girl.
Yo, that's terrible, yo.
Be so terrible, man.
Terrible.
I'm playing.
I know you're joking.
He didn't do it.
I had to bring it up, though.
I mean,
all you gotta do is kiss black girls in public, though. B-Way put you at the top.
He's good. He's not. He's good. He does not say he's not good. I won a Super Bowl last year, man. He's the real deal. I mean, but the picture does help. And he had Tim's on the picture, man.
Oh, my God. Brandon.
What?
They released the all-bubble team yesterday. It was Lillard won MVP, and then it was Dame, Luka, Booker, Harden, and T.J. Warren. You have any issues with that?
No.
Did anybody get left off that should have been on there?
It's a great 5.
TJ got hurt towards the end.
And
TJ's on there, man. He was cooking.
He got hurt late. He didn't even finish the bubble.
TJ Warren's still playing.
He's hurt right now.
He's going to play round 1, though. They set him out because they already clinched.
I'm saying TJ, I mean, you got to finish the bubble to make the all-bubble team, I feel like.
Who's on the bubble? Who you replacing him with?
TJ McCollum. Give me two Blazers.
No, I'm not going. McCollum went 2 for 14 in that big game when Dame scored 61.
Hey, you have a bad night.
Well, if you're going to score 6 points, you must take off a game like Warren did.
Nah, man, he was hurt. McCollum been playing hurt. This guy got hurt his first game in the bubble.
Yeah, he got a broken back, spinal.
I'm just saying, the guy, CJ McCollum is balling right now.
McCollum was cooking yesterday.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was feeling it when he came down with the dribble. They can't effing guard me.
Yeah. Like
About John Morant. He said, right, I don't know who are they yelling at in the crowd.
No, there's like 5 reporters there.
He was looking the opposite way, though, looking in the crowd like he can't effing guard me.
Yeah, we made that same move and them same yelling at walls in the Y. Like,
Hey, you're right. I do it all the time. I always say I yell at the wall constantly.
It don't matter who's there.
Ah!
It don't matter who's there. You know what I mean? Once you feel it, you feel it. Like the fist bump.
You okay with that, Brandon? No issues?
no, I mean, I would like to have AD on it, but no.
AD didn't even make the second team, I don't think.
Leaving
Second
them
team
off.
was
Leaving them off is fine.
Giannis, Kawhi, George, James Harden. No, Harden was on the first team. I don't know if AD made it or not on the second team.
Nah, I have no issue with it.
Well, it was the 5 best players in the bubble, I would say, but you pick 5 guards. I don't know how you could do an all-bubble team with 5 guards, but that'd be my only issue with it. Show the big man some love.
Was it Luka on it?
Yeah, it was Luka, Booker, Lillard, Harden, and TJ Warren.
You could also go Jerkic, I thought played pretty well as a big guy. He could have made it.
That's what I was going to lean, but or you can even Jokic and Nurkic, they both play really well. But if you're going 5 best players, regardless of position, I think they got it right. Do you think Dame should have been MVP over Book?
Yeah. Playoffs.
Yeah, they won the playoffs.
I ain't come here to play around. You heard him.
Man, Dame's a baller, man.
I ain't come here to play with y'all. Yeah, I don't want to see Dame go home, but he's going to go home against the Lakers.
Coaches, Alvin Gentry, fired. Jim Boland, fired.
He wasn't fired. He was dismissed.
Yeah, well, you can say what you want to say. He ain't getting no more.
That's how they stated it. He was dismissed.
Well, I actually like the way Brandon worded it better because when they get fired, they still get checks.
Dismissed on the
They
checks?
still do $5 million.
But they're guaranteed contracts. They get paid until it's out.
So, well, you think about it, 5 seasons. He don't have a winning record. He was 175 and 225.
Nah, man.
And he had 1 playoff berth.
I said he got to go. Get his ass up out of there.
Whoa.
I'm blaming anybody involved, and he's the coach. It ends with him, with how they handle Zion. Get him up out of there. And they look terrible in the bubble.
He wanted to play Zion, number one.
I didn't know. If he wanted to play him, he should have played him then. GM wouldn't bring out the round.
Only reason why I'm saying he's fired because David Griffin makes good decisions.
I like David Griffin. I think Trajan Langdon's down there, too, as a GM, right?
Huh?
Yeah. Langdon's down there,
David
too.
Griffin.
So, I think the assistant GM is Trajan Langdon.
I don't know. But
A bum from Durham.
Dookie.
I don't go against David Griffin. He makes good decisions.
Listen. You're talking about one of the best coaches in the league.
He'll get a job.
You're talking about how
What makes him one of the best?
he's well respected around the league.
So, respect makes you a good coach?
No, yes, number one, it does. Like, regardless of what you think about it, respect has a lot to do with it because people respect other.
But not wins. If that respect doesn't correlate to wins, how are you the best? Or how are you one of the best?
People respect greatness. But Alvin Gentry, he took over a bad team down there in the Pelicans.
They had Anthony Davis when he took over.
He sat out though.
I'm about to say, and he sat out his third year with them.
He was a dumpster fire.
He sat out third year with them. He was hurt his first year with them. So they were never competitive, and he was maximizing that talent. They were still going to the playoffs.
They went to the playoff once.
All right, they still went to the playoffs.
One time in his 5 seasons.
Also, this year, and down in the bubble, they handicap him and tell him you can't play your best player, but we're going to go fire you.
Why wasn't his best player? Brandon Ingram was the best player on that team.
I feel like if you're a head coach and you're going to go down with the ship, you go down with the ship the way with your own paddle. He should have I'm putting Zion in. Last 2 minutes down 1, I'm keeping him in. If you're going to fire me for that, fire me for that.
It wasn't his call, man. You know how it is in the NBA. It's not like
Well, he got fired either way, so he should have just did it. I'm blaming him too. He's got to be held accountable.
This guy blaming him.
I was so mad with the Pelicans, man. I'm still mad.
They did play bad. I will say that.
Yo, it's 2:00. I gotta go.
You didn't do sit down and be humble.
Do it next week. It's gonna be the same person anyway.
Wait. I kind of want to hear who to sit down and be humble.
Do it next week.
You trying to make people stay tuned?
Yeah, I think they should wait until next week. They should see it. They should hear it. It's a good one.
So you gonna say that, and you still ain't gonna tell us?
It's a good one. No.
Any comments?
What if he changes? Hold on. Wait. What if this guy changes and does something good this week, and you can't give him sit down?
Brandon's pretty confident he won't.
There's no way he can change. What he did is for life.
Oh boy.
I like the build up. I kind of like it.
Nah, I don't respect the build up. All right, man. Shout outs, man. This guy's on the beach somewhere. He's trying to get outside and put his toes in the sand.
Number one is point.
What?
So I'm not trying to get into the sand. It's 70 degrees all day today. It only happened to me.
I gotta get you off of here though, because you're looking like my man Teddy Riley.
My internet is sketchy, yo.
Freeze, though.
It is so
the internet.
The internet's so bad here, man. It is so bad. My phone's running slow, everything.
They say you gotta get some 5-star hotels in your life, not these 2-stars.
Yeah, I don't know. This ain't 5-star. That's for sure.
He's in a suite somewhere though.
You know what? It looked 5-star on the site until you get here.
That's how
they got him like Martin with the back of the cereal box, B. Chilligan's Island.
Yeah, I've been catfished, man.
You got Chilligan's Island.
Man,
yo, you got to go to
the kitchen and everything. I thought the kitchen was nice. I get the kitchen is. You can barely turn around the kitchen.
Yeah,
you got to go with the kitchen, man.
Go to TripAdvisor and get those people that stayed there pictures. Don't ever get the hotel pictures. If you go online right now and look up the Travelodge on Columbia Avenue, that thing look nice online.
Probably not. Brian, give you shout outs, man.
Nah, that's terrible. Shout out to Darren Love. Y'all don't know who that is. It's a coworker of mine that got me the bottle of peach.
Peach Crown.
Peach Crown. Right. It was his last bottle. And he gave it to me. So
you didn't invite nobody over there for?
I still have the full bottle. I ain't even opened it yet. Did y'all bring it over?
Nah, Dad got a sip of that.
You're gonna go back. The bottle gonna be empty.
We'll see. Nah, I have it with me. I brought the bottle with me. I thought me and Darren were drinking it together, but that's not happening. So, but shout out to him. I told him I shout him out on the podcast. He watches it, so I had to do it for him.
It don't seem legit no more because you said you were going to do it. You should just left it at, shout out.
I know, but I wanted him. I'm the kind of guy that I'll give you.
There he goes.
Guy got Donnie Love.
I kind of want to know what he said though. Say it again. You're the kind of guy that what?
that compliment you but then backhand you in the same sentence.
Yeah, that's you.
And he's his last name's Love, so I always call him Reverend Leon Lonnie.
Lonnie Love, that's my boy.
That's what I was thinking about when this guy said the name.
And you got Buddy Love, Nutty Professor.
He never seen Martin or Nutty Professor. I've asked him.
My God.
He don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
That's a shame.
Oh man,
it is a shame.
Well,
I watch Martin every day.
You know how easier it would have been for me to get my wife with the last name Love? I'd have put some words together. I'll tell you what.
Mika Love. I don't know. It sounds the same.
My poems would have been better.
Would have been LUV or LOVE?
I would have wanted LUV. Try to make it.
LUV is not a real word. Stop.
Nah, we changing things.
Yeah.
It's like conversate. Black people put it in the dictionary.
That's not Rudolph. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, I do have a shout out today. I want to shout out my coworker, the guy I work with, who watches the show almost every week, Sean Camacho. He's been off work for going on a month now with a vertigo-like illness, and I can't relate to it, but I know you had it, B-Way, and I know it's not pleasant. So he's dealing with that. He's probably watching the show laying down in his boxers. So.
We gotta go.
But I heard for everybody that spoke on it, said it's not a good experience to go through. So I hope he's doing all right, and hope to see you soon, buddy.
Vertigo's real, man. That thing, and there's two types where you got the spinning stuff, or you got where like the whole vision just goes sideways, and it's like you see Roy Williams, man. This guy looks terrible when he touches.
I can hear B-Way.
B, your sound went out, B.
Yeah, I thought it was my computer. I'm like, damn, my internet just up. That's you.
Yeah.
Nah, your volume's messed up.
You know, I would say we weren't live on air.
Out or something.
This is what that guy was talking about, B-Way.
Where?
Shout out to Aiden over there.
He's talking to you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Aiden.
They won Frozen again on him.
Yeah,
Aiden can't hear him. Aiden said he's ready to go.
Aiden, I'm putting pause on you next time I see you two. Just know.
Tell me, give him 2 pieces of biscuit.
All right, man. We're out of here, man. Make sure you guys stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way. Listen to what some old folks had to say. See you guys next week. Peace.
I got you.